Hi, my name is Martina. I am an Austria-based artist, and today I'm going to show you a very special painting I did. This painting is in collaboration with the amazing photographer Melanie Filzmoser. And as you can see here are her stunning photographies. So please stay tuned, and I'm going to show you and talk you through the entire painting process, and I'm going to talk you through our collaboration. Thank you for watching this video.
So, let me first talk about the painting process. Once the outlines are finished, I fix them with a fixative and let it dry for about 30 minutes. After that, I start with the first part of the background. I usually use either soft pastel sticks or pan pastels for the background. For this image, I choose the sticks because I have such wonderful colors from Sennelier and Schminke at home. One mistake I don't make much anymore, but made here was, I applied too much pastel to the surface. This can be a problem if, like me, you want to continue painting over it with pencils. The paper loses its grip and it works poorly or not at all. So my toothbrush came into play and I used it to remove most of the pigments. Yes, this toothbrush is only used for my past paintings. After that, my pastel mop paper had enough grip again and I could easily continue painting with my pencils. Another alternative when you have too much pastel pigment and want to remove it is to spray the area with fixative again to regain more grip. I personally don't like this method too much because the light colors darken and the vibrancy disappears. Also, if you spray too much fixative on the paper that hasn't been painted yet, it takes on a strange consistency. After finishing the first part of the background to my satisfaction with the pastel pencils, I began painting the bride's face. Before I start with any pencil, I always check if the tip of my pencils are sharp enough. If not, I remove the wood with a Stanley knife and use sandpaper to sharpen the pastels. This is especially important here because I painted the faces relatively small. Normally, I feel more comfortable when the faces are a few centimeters bigger. Nonetheless, it was fine because the pencil tip was just perfect. After I felt that I had enough pastel on the paper, I used the paper stump to blend the pigment into the lower layers. This ensures that all layers of the paper are well saturated with pigment. Then I start over again and work another layer with the pastel pencils. For this layer I mostly blend with my fingers. And so the process continues until I'm blending with the pencils themselves after the application. I want to tell you about my collaboration with the lovely Melanie. The wonderful Melanie lives in Brookmoor in Styria and became self-employed as a photographer in 2017. She offers not only wedding photography but also maternity, newborn, couple, family, children and baptismal shoots. Melanie has such an amazing eye for capturing the emotions of people in a wonderful setting. The photos are a dream, and that's why I'm so excited to have the opportunity to work with her. What will happen is that she will offer her clients packages, so when you book a shoot with her, she will send me the pictures in high quality and I can turn them into beautiful, unique paintings. I think we complement each other so well. And yeah, both crafts certainly contain a lot of love. And that's something that unites our work so beautifully. Back to the painting process. I have to admit that I love how the dress looks in the final result. I can understand, though, if someone feels a bit intimidated by the idea of painting it. It was important for me to create a good base at the beginning. By that, I mean I needed to know where the non-white and white parts of the dress were. Since the dress looks slightly transparent, I painted the non-white areas in a skin tone first. This gave me a good starting point, so I could lay the glaze over with lighter pastels, which I then did. I focused on the larger areas of the dress first and only added the smaller details of the lace and shadows at the end. This way I could always keep the entire dress or the respective half in view and assess whether I needed to lighten or darken anything. For example, I made sure that the upper left part of the dress was a bit lighter due to the light source compared to the rest. One thing I always pay attention to while painting is contrast. You can have the same tone of a color, but if you paint the shadows too lightly because you're hesitant to go too dark, the picture will look flat or not lifelike. It can also happen that I need to edit photos I receive from clients first to ensure I have enough light and dark tones. This editing only benefits the final result of the painting. If you've seen any of my work before, you might have noticed that I used quite a lot of colors. For example, for faces, aside from the standard skin tones, you will also find red, pink, orange, blue, green, purple and the yellow tones in there. This makes the portrait feel much more realistic to me, since our skin naturally reflects the surrounding environment, like the sky, trees, flashy objects, etc. Also, I think the finished painting looks a bit more interesting. I will leave you now to observe me painting the background. Little side note, the background took quite a while. I tried to capture the shapes well and really paint what I see in the photo, not what I think I see. And for someone who usually paints smaller background areas, I think this one turned out well. What do you think?
So guys, thank you for joining me on this video. As you can see, I finished this beautiful wedding portrait and it turned out really cool. I especially love the dress here. It was really tricky to get in these really tiny details, but it was so much fun. I really love to paint embroidery and yeah, I think it turned out pretty well. I am also liking the background. I normally do not that much of a background. I'm always doing a little bit of it, but not that much, and I think it worked out, especially with this blended, like bouquet type of background. I think it's really fitting. I mean, I had the perfect reference picture, so Melanie did a really great job. I think you can see it there. And yeah, I am beyond excited to bring this portrait to Melanie, and I am really excited about how she feels about it and if she's liking it. And guys, I wish you a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever and whenever you are watching this video. And if you like this video, please consider to like, share and subscribe. I hope we are going to see us next time.